Jonathan Young.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I'm very pleased to speak on the Commerce Commission International Cooperation and Fees Bill. Mr Speaker, we are a small trading nation where 85% of what we produce we export. And so for us it's imperative that we have very good relationships, understandings and regulations that are agreed to by our trading partners in order for us to have the level playing field, cooperation and willingness of markets overseas to trade with us, to have that confidence that is absolutely necessary. And so this bill that was introduced in September 2008, the government adopted it and have carried it forward because it's very much part of our agenda of focusing on improving access for our exporters to world markets. It's interesting to know, Mr Speaker, that New Zealand feeds the equivalent of 60 million people in the world just with our food produce. And so we are producers which I believe are highly sought after and appreciated in the wider world. And evidence of that is the number of free trade agreements that our very expert and effective Minister of Trade, the Honourable Tim Grosser, has been able to broker with nations overseas. But backing up all of that is the importance of regulation in order that the process of doing business is streamlined, effective and sure. Mr Speaker, particularly with Australia, which is a very important market, we have been developing the single economic market with them, a concept that both governments are intensifying efforts to move forward. In fact, both Prime Ministers, John Key and Peter Rudd, agreed on the imperative for continued strong and coordinated international action to restore confidence and global economic growth. They recognise that strengthened trans-Tasman economic integration, including through the single economic market work programme, would be vital for both of our countries. Mr Speaker, a Trans-Tasman Outcomes Implementation Group, co-chaired by senior officials in the Australian Treasury and our own Ministry of Economic Development, has been working to advance these outcomes identified by Prime Minister Key and Prime Minister Rudd. Key areas where substantive progress have been made include work towards a single cross-border insolvency proceeding, progress on the alignment of accounting standards for profit entities, establishment of an accounting and auditing standards setting infrastructure that will mirror those in Australia, the potential for mutual recognition of auditors and financial advisors, a process for achieving more ambitious intellectual property outcomes, including a single application process for patents and trademarks and a single regulatory framework for patent attorneys, and the development of equivalent approaches to approval and verification of weighing and measuring equipment on both sides of the Tasman and with respect to other aspects of consumer law. Mr Speaker, also agreement has been reached on cross-appointments of commissioners between the ACCC, the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission, and the New Zealand Commerce Commission. These cross-appointments, Mr Speaker, will underpin cooperation on trans-Tasman competition issues. They will make a way possible for continuing effective and even better trade between both our countries and also to the betterment of New Zealand exporters. Thank you, Mr Speaker.
Call Stuart now.